Joining me now is Victoria Coates, former Trump Deputy National Security Advisor. Victoria, this has been another day of just nonstop news. Your reaction to the president's proposal that the U.S. essentially take over the Gaza Strip?
Well, Laura, good to be with you. No, it's been another momentous day in, I would say, the most momentous first 2 weeks of any president's tenure. And today we heard President Trump come out and say what no American leader has had the courage to say before, which is that the United States is willing to step in here and play the leadership role we need to play. The situation in Gaza is untenable. What happened on October 7th of 2023 cannot happen again. And the only way to ensure that is to break the paradigm, to create a new mold. And I think that's what he was proposing today in concert with Prime Minister Netanyahu. Great to see them together again at the White House. And, you know, last time they came together and had some of these discussions, we got the Abraham Accords. So I think this is a great way to get the conversation going.
And people have to remember that the Palestinian control of the Gaza Strip is a recent phenomenon. People who aren't steeped in the history of the Middle East, as tumultuous as it is, and may think that, well, how can you do this? This is a homeland going back. Well, no, this was recently administered as under the authority of the Palestinian Authority, but that stemmed ultimately from the Oslo Accords, Victoria, and we can see that unfortunately it has been an abysmal failure. And Trump doesn't like to see parts of the world failing that America has sent billions and billions of dollars to, either directly or indirectly. And this is really ground zero for utter failure and destruction.
No, that has been, I mean, failure is the word. For the last 50 years, Laura, we've been trying to make the Palestinians into something that they're not, which is a nation state. And until they build institutions, until they build institutional memory, this simply isn't going to work. So reporters insisting that the president embrace a two-state solution, this has failed for half a century. And so I think what he is saying is we will not go down this path again. And the same people who told us that we couldn't get to peace deals between Israel and Muslim neighbors until we got to a Palestinian deal 10 years ago, they were wrong. These people are wrong, too. And it has always been my hope there may be some Palestinians who say, hey, this is a good deal. The president is a businessman. He's a real estate guy. He knows a great piece of land when he sees it. Maybe we can build something here, and maybe we can get some of those institutions. But they don't have them now, and pretending that they do will just lead us to another round of failure.
But you can hear the chorus of criticism. It began earlier today, and it's continued all day long, that this is just Trump's world to remake and shape as he sees fit. Let's listen.
President Trump was essentially parroting talking points straight out of a right-wing Israeli playbook.
An alarming escalation in the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians. And that's precisely what the U.S. president is doing. And all of this rhetoric.
This is the president who says outrageous things because he thinks it always will result in a deal. I'm not sure that works as well in the Middle East.
Well, that's not at all what he said. In fact, what he just said was this would be primarily, when rebuilt, the place where Palestinians would love to live, because it would be finally safe and not a launching pad for more terror attacks.
And interestingly, those were some of the same characters who, in 2017, when the president made the announcement about the move of the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, were insisting that the sky was going to fall and the streets were going to run with blood, and Israel didn't want this to happen and would be attacked. And again, these are talking points from the far Israeli right. Well, that didn't turn out to be the case. Ambassador Friedman and President Trump and Jared Kushner moved that embassy at warp speed, and there was peace in Jerusalem that day. Now, CNN, which you showed riots in Gaza miles and miles away, but Jerusalem was at peace that day. It was a great day for Jerusalem. It was a day of truth, and I think that's what today was at the White House. And as you say, what President Trump is offering the Palestinians is what he has always offered them: peace through prosperity. He wants them to have a better future. It's theirs to take.
All right, Victoria, thanks so much.